is the era of in 2025, we have seen that a lot of corporations, a lot of organizations, a lot of academic institutes, research institutes, they are mainly focusing on the patents. And as Edoxia has a vision for patents. So today, let's discover what these patents are and how we can involve in the patents, especially for those who think that the patents are only the copyright for those who are in science, either in engineering or in technology. How wrong we can be, because it is always every domain is contributing towards the patents. I will take some examples. I will also talk about the capstone projects, that how this capstone project is actually very unique in its idea. A lot of universities from, let's say, from the US, from the East Coast to the West, from Europe, every countries are now integrating these capstone projects in their academic institutes. Why? Let's understand. And if you are from social sciences background, if you are from literature, if you think that, okay, I'm studying English literature, how I can contribute to the patents? Now this is the biggest myth, because yes, you can. There are so many patents, US patents, which is there in literature. And if you think that, okay, I'm studying about sociology and teaching classes and I'm in education, how I can contribute to the patents? Let's start the journey and how we can start with our one very innovative. But the first thing is, I would like to give you one picture in mind, and then I will start my presentation. This picture will be very, very important to every one of us. This is what we call the capstone project. Now you understand that of course, this is created by the chat GPT. They are giving me, I have given them a command that please give me a very realistic approach, that how different forms of fields can integrate it to one project. Now, if you see here, there are certain people who are from the business background, the management background. They are studying about, and it's about the one project, let's say one patent. They are studying about the management part, that how the market is working, how we can sell that patent. Then other people who are working on the circuits, those who are the computer science and the physicists, and some people who are working on the codes, the software engineers, some who are working as a biologist. They are starting to think that how we can incorporate this particular, so every aspect. And not only that, there is also one a professor who is a psychologist, and he's making the documentation, and he's telling everything. And this is how the capstone project is. So you have to keep this image in mind. Now let's start with one very important revolution that Edoxia has done. And this is how it is very important that everyone in the entire Edoxia family, the students, the master students, the PhD students, the academicians, the experts, the professors, the emeritus professors, let's come together and make our journey easy with our Indian Institute of Innovation and Science. Now, we have to see that, you see, in Indian Institute of Science, we have to be innovative. In the innovation, it is not that you have one idea. I mean, Einstein have a lot of ideas. He could not able to patent those. First idea that Einstein has, in terms what Kodak really patented in 1930s, the Einstein already have the draft ready, but the execution was not. Although Einstein is the greatest innovator and the scientist in our generations to come, he has many patents, he has many remarkable publications, and he has given us the theories. So, but the idea is, when you have an idea, discuss with those people who can transform that innovation, who can make it happen, and then you will be remembered by the masses. Because ultimately, whenever we innovate, what is a research work? What is a project that we do? In our PhD thesis, we do one project. Ultimately, it has to come up with certain application which is actually contributing towards the masses. Even if you are a engineer, if you're a computer scientist, if you're a mathematician, ultimately we are working something to innovate which can be actually applicable. That is why taking ideas to lab and then from lab to marketplace. This is the circle which we want to complete. Think about it, because only then we can transform. Now let's go towards the patents. There are so many patents nowadays in every institute. Every researcher wants to hold a patent, utility patents, that so that the actual contribution can be shown. But for that, you need collaborations. You need experts, man. That is why the capstone project in Indian Institute of Innovation and Science has been inculcated, that let's bring towards all the fields involved to one particular project that can transform and innovate in such a manner that the global audience can be also benefited. This is the empowerment of the next generation. You see, the chat gpt is coming up. The new models are coming every day. There are patents on the models. Now, if you're thinking, as I have started my conversation, that if you are studying social sciences or literature or psychology, you might think that we don't have patents, we can't do the patents. Now, go to the Google Patents and check Microsoft Patents in English literature. Now you will see that Microsoft has patented certain English literature words, that how you will write, and translation and transformation into their own fonts. Now, of course, Steve Jobs is the greatest minds ever. He also thought about it and he invented these fonts, especially when he was under heavy pressure regarding the marketing strategies in the early 80s. So this is what we want to transform. Now you can see that we have some specific programs which deals about these patents. We need to know the drafting processes. Yes, technicalities we need to know. We need to understand, we need to learn. Sorry. Rather than hiring someone to do our job. Gone are the days that you will hire someone, and nowadays this practice, as our first speaker is talking about the ethics, the models, and especially the misconduct in the research. We have to be very vigilant. Free publications and try to learn everything and do it and execute by yourself is the idea. It's the first prime responsibility of an innovator and a researcher. Researcher cannot go for a third party concept where, okay, this is my particular job, but I can bypass this job to someone else. That is not an idea. That is not an innovation. So now, in terms of the drafting process, you will learn completely in our programs. And we always do the live demonstrations, try to help you in each and every step. Either if it is a US patent you're going for the Indian patents, you're going for the UK patents, you're going for the German patents. These all patents you need to have as an innovator. Otherwise, I'm sorry, the contribution towards the society will not be there. And every focus in every podium, we always say that, and as a researcher, our contribution towards the GDP, towards the financial part of a country is above prime. Every businessman is actually making money, but also contributing towards the society. Every academician who's preparing the students with a skill is actually contributing towards the society, because these students will come up to the world and then they will invent something. Now, in this Invent Pro patent program, specialized, it's a 3 months program. It is very specialized, where we will involve in the capstone project. Remember the first image, where everyone is contributing from the different disciplines, and then we try to figure out, let's do this particular project and let's patent it. Utility patent will be there. Now let me come to the final part, and I will also like to share here that our leaders, they have a vision in the sense that everyone has the capability and the talent and the skill to be a researcher. It is not only that you are doing a PhD degree, then you are a researcher. Everyone can be a researcher. That is our first aim and mission in 2018. Now we have said that, yes, You are a researcher, but you can be an innovator in 2025. This is our vision. Everyone can be an innovator. The only thing is the critical part, the underlying part is the learning ability of a scholar. We are as lifelong learners. And if you think that you know already everything, think about and ask ChatGPT about it, because ChatGPT is not a function that is prepared in 2 days. Okay, it takes years and years and millions and billions of data that incorporated in such big LLM models, which actually give you a very simplistic explanation to whatever you do. That is why the students from social sciences, the students uh, from engineering, the students from literature, the students from management, the students from finance, everyone can come up and can be an innovator. The innovator tag can be there for everyone. It is not exclusive right of people, those who are in science and engineering. This is the ethos of this Indian Institute of Innovation and Science, and I hope that everyone now will think about it, about their own patents in their own field. I'm teaching English for, let's say, 20 years or 30 years or 15 years. What kind of a patent I can do? Go to Google Patents, search English literature patents. Even those patents hold by the US, where how to write in different native languages, English texts are being patented. Now, finally, I would like to end with one particular point. Can Because you see, every patent has a life. It has a lifespan. It has a shelf life. So let's say if it is a 20-year patent, of course we cannot repatent it, but the improvised version can be there. But I will go beyond that. I will say that you will think something very innovative in that aspect, which no one can thought before. And then you can take the help of Indian Institute of Innovation and Science, our experts, and then let's move to the direction of the patents. Publications now are the secondary part. Patents are coming ahead always. So with this, I would like to end my today's session. I hope that I have ignited an innovator spirit in you, and please make sure that learning process is primary. It is kind of a bedrock to be an innovator. Over to our honorable chief patron for this international conference, our beloved chairman, Professor Dr. Raj Saikia.